Did you see what Trump posted? He posted a graph listing the immigrant welfare recipient rates by country of origin. Which one is number one? It's Bhutan, with 81.4% of immigrant household receiving social assistance. That is insane. The second is Yemen with 75.2%. Number three, Somalia with 71.9%. Number five, Dominican Republic with 68.1%. And then Afghanistan 68%, Congo 66%, Guinea 65%, Samoa 63%, Iraq 60%, Armenia.
I have a question for you. Why do we need these people in this country if they're just going to come extract the system, cause rampant fraud, praise Sharia law? And I say this as a son of immigrants. When people like immigrants from the 90s came, they came with a social contract. They came to the country knowing, hey, I have to provide value or I don't belong here.
I agree with that last guy 100%. Why do we need them here? If all they're doing is extracting and not contributing, why do we need them here? See, and this is where I say I'm further right than a lot of folks. I would be considered like off the cliff right. First off, there's going to be a select, and when I say select, I mean a select number of people who are going to be allowed into this country. If I were to be president and I had the House and the Senate that wasn't filled with a bunch of rhinos, there's going to be a very small select few individuals. And those individuals will never be able to pull from any taxpayer funded anything. No government assistance whatsoever. Sink or swim. Okay? Sink or swim. Figure it out or go back home. Matter of fact, if you can't figure it out, I'm going to send you back home. Okay? Because you should have already had it figured out already, because to come here, I would have made sure that, or would have at least tried to make sure that you had it figured out so that I knew you were going to be a contributing member to society and not just a leech. Okay? As a matter of fact, you need to be contributing on a higher level than the average American if you want to come here to America. Yeah, that would be me and my policy. But that's just, like I said, that's just me. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but I don't care. That's just me. All right, y'all can let me know in the comments if you agree. But yeah, that is just crazy. 80%. I don't even know what Bhutan is. I've never even heard of Bhutan, if I'm being quite honest. 81.4% are receiving some type of assistance. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But today's topic of discussion is Haitians, which a little over 50% of Haitians, according to these numbers, are on government assistance. 52.3%, which that is way too high. That number should be at 0% for everybody, like I said earlier, but that's just my humble opinion. Now, I know Megyn Kelly has been receiving a whole lot of backlash recently, and rightfully so. You know, her, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, the Hodge twins. I know I'm forgetting some folks, but who cares, right? You know, they, of course, in my humble opinion, received a nice fat check and all of a sudden turned on Uncle Trump and decided to, Candace Owens. Can't forget about Candace Owens. Jeez Louise. Like I said, this is just my humble opinion. I don't have any facts to back this up, but I think they all got paid. It just was weird how they just all of a sudden, all at once, decided to turn their backs on Uncle Trump all at the same time. And even one of them, or a couple of them, even going as far as saying, hey, I'm going to be voting Democrat, which, you know, maybe they were plants in the first place, but we're not going to get deep into the conspiracy theories today because that's not the point of this video. I want to play this clip from Megyn Kelly. And yes, I know, but I think she has a point here. I think she has a very good point. And I want you guys to take a listen and, of course, type in the comments. What do you think? All right? Check it out.
And look, this has been going on for over a dozen years. Go home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values. You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it. And half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you. We don't care if you're offended. Get out. Go home. Go back to fucking Haiti. Sorry. I'm thinking about our friends in Ohio who've been dealing with these TPS Haitians for years now, who are drunk driving all over their towns and killing people. This is the whole cats and dogs thing. Like, they don't want to live like Americans live. And this was supposed to be it was supposed to be temporary help. And it's turned into another backdoor way of allowing someone permanent residency here. And they take advantage of all of our public services and our.
She's right. She's right. So if you guys aren't familiar with the Haitian situation, so back in, I believe it was about 2010, there was an earthquake in Haiti, and so we allowed some Haitians to come over here to America, right? Obviously, when there's an earthquake, buildings fall down, all types of crazy stuff going on, whatever. Now, me personally, if I was president and I had the House and the Senate without any rhinos, I don't care if you have an earthquake. Fix it. We have tornadoes. I don't know if you guys knew, but out of all the tornadoes on this planet, like 90% of them happen in America. Yeah, not even kidding. Now, don't quote me on that percentage, but a large majority of the tornadoes that happen on planet Earth happen in America. Are we calling up other countries? Hey, come save us, bro. Come save us. Like, no, we figure it out. So just like us, figure it out. Now, I'm not saying we might not send any type of help or some type of aid if we have the ability to. You know, we're not going to go into debt doing it, but if we have the ability to, hey, we don't mind sending a little bit of aid. All right, maybe even sending some manpower if some Americans want to go over and help. But you're not coming here. There's natural disasters all over this planet, including right here in America. You're not coming here. Figure it out. All right, the same way that everybody else. But that, like I said, that's just me. And like I said, I would be considered a far right individual. All right, I would be considered a far right individual. But so we allowed some of those folks to come here. And they've been here ever since. So you mean to tell me because there was an earthquake in, I believe it was 2010, you now get to just stay here forever? Like, no. That should have been like a 6-month situation, if that, and you're going back home. But no, some of these folks have stayed here and been allowed to stay here. And so now Uncle Trump is able to end their TPS, their temporary protected status, and begin to deport these individuals, which is what I think most definitely should be happening. Here's Stephen Miller talking about the situation. Check it out.
Well, so first of all, there you see that throwback from Janet Napolitano, who said there's an earthquake in Haiti, which, by the way, is total BS that we have TPS for earthquakes. But put that aside. There's an earthquake in Haiti, so she's announcing TPS for a few months while they're recovering from an earthquake. That was in 2010, 15 years ago. Then the Biden administration, in its last year, extends TPS to every single illegal alien from Haiti while they are flying them en masse into Springfield, Ohio, across the Midwest. It was a formal policy of replacing the communities that lived in, settled, and sustained these communities for generations. It was one of the most heinous things this government has ever done. And yes, under President Trump, let me be very clear. The illegal alien Haitians are going back to Haiti. They can build their country there.
Stephen Miller is so right when he says that this is one of the most heinous things the government has ever done, importing this many Haitians into Springfield, Ohio in particular. Let's just take a look at all the stuff that they actually did in Ohio. So this woman right here, her friend is in pest control and walked into an illegal Haitian apartment that had dead dog skins hanging inside the apartment. The illegal Haitian migrants walk around the parks with machetes. She personally knows people that were kicked out of their homes for the Haitians that were giving housing vouchers. Go down again. We have this guy who is sitting here. The Haitians have taken over. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're taking our geese from the parks. This guy is in Springfield, Ohio. Here's Springfield, Ohio. They're kicking Americans out of their homes and giving them to the illegal migrants. Another woman from Springfield, Ohio. Haitians are cutting up what appears to be dog in their backyards. This is a woman who's speaking at their council meeting. Let's go down here. The Haitians are getting into so many car accidents that all the Americans are having their car insurance rates risen. American citizens are being evicted from their homes so that the illegal Haitians can get access to those homes. The illegal Haitians are being given driver's license despite not speaking English and just getting here. It goes on and on and on. People from the Biden admin should be arrested and thrown in prison.
Yeah, they 100% should be. Because not only that, some of those folks were actually getting behind the wheel and killing people. Obviously not intentionally, but they couldn't actually drive. I mean, you're in a metal contraption rolling at 40 miles an hour. If you're not able to properly control it, we see how that one ends badly. Which is something that I find interesting because Democrats are all up in arms about the Second Amendment, right? They're always trying to ban or restrict the Second Amendment. But illegals will come here and they'll just give them a license all willy-nilly and allow them to drive a metal projectile at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour as if that doesn't kill people too. Remember, and this was more in the news, I don't know, a few months ago. I don't remember. A while back. But before Uncle Trump and this administration tried to address this, there were illegals who had a CDL and were driving semi-trucks. Yeah, semi-trucks. I don't even like to be next to semi-trucks on the highway. Like, I hate if I get stuck next to a semi, I either try to slow down or speed up a little bit, you know, within reason, of course. You know, I don't break the law, of course. I don't break the law. But just being next to those giant things just makes me feel uncomfortable, you know? And the Biden administration was handing illegals, people who couldn't even read road signs, and I've played some of the video clips for you guys in the past, so some of you can attest to this. They couldn't even read road signs. They couldn't read and could barely speak English. And they're driving vehicles that are thousands of pounds at 70 miles an hour. Like, but they got to restrict the guns. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. But yeah, of course, you know, Democrats would call us racist and all types of other stuff because we say, hey, you folks with temporary protected status, you need to go back to your home country. The earthquake has been gone. It's been over it. And plus, I don't think you should get any type of temporary protected status because there's an earthquake wherever it is that you live. Like, no. I don't think there's any type of disaster where you just like, oh yeah, come on to America. Like, no, figure it out. We have natural disasters here. We have floods. We have hurricanes. We have tornadoes. We have all types of stuff. We have earthquakes. Since when is all of these other countries be like, oh, here America, you guys can come over here and just leech off of us and we'll pay for it all. Like, no, it doesn't happen. So why should we allow it? You know, once again, I'm not saying that we can't help, okay? That ain't what I'm saying. As I said earlier, if we have some Americans that want to go over and lend their physical abilities to help physically, you know, with the cleanup, hey, by all means, we will provide transportation for that, flights and everything over there to help out. Maybe even if you need some food or whatnot, some clean drinking water, we can help you with that as well. But as far as coming to America, no, you're not coming here. Plus, especially after Amy Coney Barrett did what she did, yeah, there's some select words I got for her. And who was it? Justice Roberts as well. Jeez Louise. I will say, shout out to Clarence Thomas. We rocking with you, Clarence. Appreciate you, brother. We need a liberal judge to retire sometime soon. That's what we need. We need a liberal judge to retire sometime soon. That's exactly what we need. Now, obviously, that's going to be difficult because they're going to want to fight, scratch and claw to the very end, right? But we need one of them to retire soon so we can add a truly America First conservative to the Supreme Court. Now, that would be completely lopsided. I'll admit that, but hey, you know, got to do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do. Or maybe we should pull what Democrats are talking about doing and expand the Supreme Court. Because, of course, Democrats are like, once we retake power, we're going to expand the Supreme Court. So maybe we should just expand the Supreme Court, and so it waters down, a no vote from Amy Coney Barrett and Justice Roberts, and we get some more conservatives like Clarence Thomas on there, so they just overpower the rest of them. Maybe that's what we should do. I'm only halfway joking, of course. I don't think we should expand the Supreme Court. If you want me to be completely honest, it just creates a whole back and forth. Republicans are in power, expanded. Democrats get in power, expanded. Republicans get in power, expanded. It's just, and then before you know it, we got 500 Supreme Court justices. Honestly, I don't think we should expand it. I was partially joking with the whole, expanding it thing. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. If you agree, if you disagree, why or why not? Let me know. Stay safe. Peace.